we are
We make the streams.
we are on the way to the junkyard today, and we got the junkyard expert, Junkyard Dave, over here. What are we gonna get?
Some plugs.
And we're gonna try to get an ECU plug because
Trevor's gonna give me a plug.
I'm gonna get. But we got this 300ZX that I haven't seen a clean 300ZX in a long time. I haven't seen a clean one like that in a long time.
He needs better wheels than the stock ones, though.
Yeah, if he had like baller wheels on that thing would be really sweet.
Yeah.
A little distracted after the junkyard, and we drove by the Ford dealership, and you know, basically I wanted to, well actually I came to order parts for my thing, but look, this is the Powerstroke F-150. Forget it, I don't know exactly what size Powerstroke it is. I think it's a V6, I believe. 3-liter V6 turbo diesel. It's a $3,000 option. But look at this guy, 70 grand for an F-150. This thing is rad though. I mean, look at that, it's really cool. Nice and clean. Obviously, it's got 10 miles on it. Smells like a dryer. Like, basically, the inside of my look at that. It's got like some slurry in there. But that's basically what my truck smells like too. Is a dryer. So yeah, this thing has 10 miles on it. They still haven't like even attached all the other stuff. It was in the back. I asked him. I was like, "Hey, do you guys have one of these things?" So he did. Can you pop the hood real quick? Yeah. This thing's on right now. It's literally quieter than my Saab. That's kind of cool. It has like a little ram air thing. Yeah, V6. Oh. Alright, so we got the hood popped on this thing. The battery died on my other camera, but similar to the F-250s, it has the ECU up in the firewall. Has a single battery in it instead of 2 batteries. Got like a little, I'm assuming that's like a circuit breaker or something like that. But yeah, V6, 3-liter. Got like this, you can hear it sucking right there. Got the EGR thing, EGR cooler down on that side. Yeah, you think we could kill it?
Nah, I tried.
Can you go give it a little rev? Another one? That's sweet. That sounds pretty cool, actually. It's got a little turbo sound. I want to see that dang turbo. Powerstroke. Oh, no, there's one on this side. Is it twin turbo? Yeah, look, there it is. There's the turbo on live. There's a 1 turbo over here. Let's see if there's a... Yeah, just it has to be single then. They probably just bridge it and bring it over there. That's sweet.
It is.
LED headlights. Got the cameras in the front. I'm assuming it has all the cameras, all like the 360 camera too, like the crazy lariats, like the platinums. Yeah, it's got the cooled seats, things like that.
How do you put the antenna on it?
It has more turbo sound than the F-250.
So we're putting the miles on this truck.
Yeah, we put 4 miles on the truck.
4.2.
So yeah, and this is the 2019. We got this thing in sport mode, and I freaked out just a minute ago when I figured out that it has a 10-speed automatic transmission, not a. I thought it had like an 8-speed or something like that. And I come over here and you look on the left, and it seriously looks like the freaking Alphabet over there. Not the Alphabet. Like, I guess it almost does. There's like 26 letters, like 10 damn speeds.
And Trevor was lying about the Big Dirty giveaway. It's actually a...
I mean, it's just insane how quiet this thing is, but it feels really, really torquey. Like I mean, it picks up speed fairly quick. I've driven an EcoBoost like 3.5 truck, and I'd say it feels similar to that. You know, especially with the 10-speed. It has this like trailer backup thing. I'm not sure. I'm assuming it has like exhaust brake and stuff like that. It being the diesel. Do you know if it, Colton? Do you know if it does?
This one does not.
The trailer brake is basically it'll program for your trailer. So
Feels like a controller.
It has the downhill
assist, yeah.
but it doesn't have the, it has the apps that says, you know, trailer disconnected. I find that I'm actually kind of distracted in my other truck with all this stuff. Because I guess maybe because it's not intuitive to me yet, you know, I'm still searching for stuff. So like when I want to go do something, like I have to like search for it. But it's crazy that this thing has a big old screen just in the dash. What is that, like a 7-inch screen in the dash?
It's probably about a 6-inch, yeah.
But I mean, that's crazy. It's got the sync 3 and the 10-speed.
What's this for?
Just basically, so Ford went to a new audio system. It's B&O, and they think it's a lot better. So
Well, let's test it
sounds
out.
really good. You can't because we don't have. Actually, hook it up to Bluetooth. Boom. Problem solved.
This is what I was talking about. 10 speeds. That's insane. Look at that. It's got a boost gauge. We got an EcoBoost in front of us. Are we gonna take them down? Look at that thing. That thing shoots right up.
Must have like at least 20.
Yeah, but it showed it was getting like 15 miles a gallon. It's got the drive modes. Pretty interesting. System sounds pretty good in it. It's got all kinds of buttons. Too many buttons. I wonder, do you think this thing would totally enclosed?
I think it would.
I mean, it probably would. It probably might not be the happiest thing ever, but
You'd probably feel it.
Oh, you definitely feel it. But yeah, 400 watt little AC thing in it. It's got the one in the back too. Rear heated seats. Again, still has all the stuff in here. So that's pretty cool. Well, we should probably get out of your hair, yeah?
You guys are good. If you pull that out too, it has the pull that right here.
Oh, the diff.
Pull it out. Yep, there you go. Now you have a positive rear end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my other one has, or my 16 has that.
That's right. I forgot you have a 16.
Yeah, there's a couple things that are similar on it, but just not at the same time. I like the wood, like it. I guess the real fake wood, or. You could hear a little bit of a diesel right here, but not very much. So if you guys are looking for a vehicle, Colton over here will sell you one down here at
Spradley Ford Lincoln.
Spradley Ford, and every time you guys tell him that I sent you, I get $100. So I think we need about 700 vehicles, and I'll have a free truck.
700 vehicles, and he'll get a free truck.
Was that power?
Yeah, it's power.
But it doesn't go back up.
Imagine if they have power up.
We have not. I will.
That would be nice.
That's the next thing.
Ultimate laziness. You have your bed light trailer too.
That's cool.
Yeah, so Ford, power up tailgates.
Power up. Dave says it. Dave says it right now.
And then of course, you know, you got your remote start.
Mine has that too. I know.
Getting all fancy.
I know, I'm coming up in the world. Look at that nice painted frame. I like how the frame is actually painted. Because typically they don't look like that. I don't like that part of it. But oh, and these, I don't like that either.
You want to know why?
Why?
So people can't siphon your gas out. That's, you know, someone that can suck 15 pounds of pressure.
How's that work?
These things honestly are really rad. Like if I ever start balling, I would have one of these as a daily, and then have the other thing as like the F-250 or I'd probably get what I'd probably do, ultimate goals would be this is like a daily, and then I would have a like a F-450 like platinum, like dually as like a tow truck is what it would be. So I don't know, pretty rad. Oh, it's locked. All right, so Dave, if you had the choice, 70 grand for this one right here, Powerstroke F-150, or like 70 grand over there.
I mean, that's probably like 80.
That might be 80.
It's like another 10 grand. You might as well buy the nicer truck. But if you live in the city, you
or your wife, you want like matching ones. Like you got like the big dog right there, because literally these are matching, like white King Ranch with the two-tone. Like I'd buy this for the wife. Or if you weren't like actually towing but you like trucks, like I would get that. That thing's rad. But I mean, the F-250 is pretty big dog.
I mean, you really couldn't haul that much in this thing, man, because the bed's so small.
Yeah, the bed's pretty small. But I mean, really, That's a cool truck. I was just kind of excited to kind of see the new Powerstroke, the 3-liter Powerstroke, because I want to swap one in something. All right, Dave. Do the Hermione, like, licking your lips thing.
I don't know. Nursing name.
So that's... Yeah, just like that. So, and what is that face for? When his tire size starts with a 3?
Yeah, the tire size starts with that. Fuck, I wouldn't know about that. Honda life.
Look at those guys. So, I got my tires today. I got some Nitto NT05 305/30 20s for the rear. I could only mount one of these. Koenig, they were moving warehouses, and so I don't have the other rear 20 for the rear, and I ended up ordering 20s for the front. So for the front tires, I got the NT 555 G2s, and those are 255, I think 35 20s for the front. And so it's a similar, not, I don't know, it's not the same tread pattern, but it's similar enough maybe. They're both Nitto tires and they both look good. So I'm gonna go ahead and
Invos.
those ones just look weird.
Who'd you ask about the Invos? And they said don't get them.
I don't know who. I asked Chelsea Denofa. I was like, hey, 650 wheel. What tire do I need? Will the Innovos work? And he's like, get the NT05. So we got the NT05s. Here we are. We got the Koenig wheels over there in the box. We have these things on here, so I could at least mount one tonight, and that's kind of the plan. So everybody wonders why I don't like rattle can. So look at this. See that? Nice and shiny. Look at this black stuff. This is like weak sauce brake cleaner, and it's just taking it right off. So like if you rattle can your engine bay and you happen to like want to spray it off with brake cleaner because you got something on there, you can't do that. Literally, I've sprayed underneath this brake master cylinder like 3 or 4 times just with brake cleaner because it's already like I got brake fluid in it. But look at this. So we're just gonna polish it up. So I didn't really explain what was going on because I guess I really didn't know exactly what was going on at first. But power steering was the goal, and so anyhow I made a little bracket to mount this thing. As you can see, I was grinding some things and I was kind of a goof and I shaved through some layers. But yeah, so this thing was like rattle can black. I don't know. That's just something that I got off of eBay. I think it was from Australia. But this was actually like a Holden thing for the power steering. It had like a little bracket on the back that I cut off. But I was going to try and mount it right here, but I didn't really like that. So we ended up just kind of making a little bracket, welded it to the bottom. So it's not like the most solid thing in the world, but I kind of feel like these things are kind of supposed to wiggle a little bit anyhow. So I have my 10 AN line right there, 10 AN line right here. So I went ahead and I got myself some line down here. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it, and then we're gonna have ourselves a line here in a couple minutes. Need like some light over here almost. So yeah, there is basically this is the suction port for the power steering pump. So you can see it basically just sucks the fluid out of the reservoir right here, and then this right here is the return. So the power steering pump sucks from right here, the 10 AN line, it puts it out, and this is a high pressure like PTFE line that's basically, you know, hose crimped and stuff, and that goes down to the steering rack. And then from down there you can see there's a little thing right there, that is the return. I did not get an AN fitting for that, so I'm gonna try to see if the 6 AN line will kind of slip over that, and basically from there we're gonna go to the power steering cooler, and then that is gonna return up into the power steering reservoir. So you can see I got I believe that's like a little 45-degree fitting right there. Seems to work pretty good. But yeah, so I'm kind of stoked that that's actually coming together. So I went ahead and I got the power steering cooler kind of roughly mocked up right here. Basically, I'm just using those little P-clamps to hold it. I need to do like a self-tapper or something right there on the top. But you can see it's going to do something similar to that. I'll probably actually just do 2 straights off of it, depending. I wish I had another 45 to kind of taper this one down a little bit, but I might be able to get away with using that 90. So the issue I'm having is the fitting that goes right here, which is the low pressure side. That is this guy. So this is the factory thing. So the issue that I'm having is this 6 AN line. Obviously, it's really tough. You know, it has the stainless steel braided around it, so it doesn't want to expand very much, and I don't really want to peel all that back and, like, you know, piggly jiggly wiggly it like all over this thing. But so I think the plan is I found this compression fitting right here. You can see this is like a 5/16 line. I think this is like a 3/8 or something like that. This one actually slides inside of that one. So this fitting right here, this is a smaller AN on this side, but this is a 6 AN right here, and that is exactly what we need. So this is a steel fitting, and I'm assuming this has enough steel in it for me to be able to weld it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off this end right here, and then go ahead and cut off this end right here, the small one, and then I'm actually just going to TIG weld this thing on there. Hopefully it don't leak, and that is going to be my fitting, because I just cannot find the correct size banjo or the thing right there. I don't know exactly what that is, and honestly, it's kind of at that point I don't want to wait, and I could just cut this, weld it, hopefully it works. If not, I could just cut it back a little bit shorter and use like a compression fitting to 6 AN as soon as I figured out the size of this line. And worst case scenario, it'll work no matter what. So yeah, we're gonna start cutting. Alright, so this actually turned out a lot better than I thought it was initially going to. So basically what I did is I went ahead and actually drilled that fitting out a little bit, so this pretty much was like a slip fit in there. And then I really didn't use that much filler on it. I just kind of melted the thicker part onto the thinner part, and it looks good all the way around. So now we got a nice custom fitting. Alright guys, so I have the bumper off, and you can see I went ahead and did a final mount of this thing. So you can see I have them kind of connected with these rubber P-clamps right there, and those hold a decent amount of friction on there. And then basically the line right here, this 6 AN line off of that fitting that I made, you can see that actually pushes it out and kind of lets a little bit of airflow kind of pass through here. So it's not a direct airflow through that little side vent, but there will be air kind of going through there, and obviously allowing it to cool off. And this line goes up to the reservoir on the top. So this is a low, basically on the return from the rack. The high pressure comes out of the power steering pump, and then this is the return that comes out of the rack, and it basically cools the stuff that was in the rack, and then it comes up here to that little reservoir. Again, all these lines that are on here right now are other than the high pressure line that is from Drift Motion, but the 10 AN feed line, and then these 6 AN I guess, return lines going to the cooler are all the Deechworks lines. So pretty stoked about that. Obviously, you know, they're pretty much supplied the whole fuel system, you know, lines and stuff for the catch can, as well as everything underneath the car as far as the, you know, the fuel filters and all that stuff. So again, shout out to Deechworks for making awesome, you know, fuel pumps, lines, fittings, injectors, all that type of stuff. If you guys are interested in those things, MotionAutoPerformance.com. We do have some fuel system stuff set up on there. If you guys didn't see my live stream, I talked about some of that stuff the other day. We will be implementing some more things onto the website shortly. But yeah. I do get a lot of questions asked about, you know, a lot of the parts that I use in the builds. You know, obviously, so this specific coil radiator is on the website for sale. These Vibrant HD clamps, some of the Deechworks injectors, the radium fuel rail, these little 10AN swivel things, the triple pump hanger in there, the tile wastegate, the tile blow-off valve, pretty much all that stuff is listed on the website. We will be talking a lot about that more so in the future, as well as the exhaust. So basically all of the pipe and exhaust things and V-bands and all that stuff is on the site as well. A lot of people were asking where I got this 4-inch muffler, and you know, or what brand this exhaust is. So this is basically a Trevor and Dave Customs. You know, Dave helped me kind of mock everything up, and then I welded it all. But yeah, 4-inch Vibrant straight through. We have a 4-inch straight through resonator in the center, and then 4-inch all the way back. So yeah, that is I guess about it. The only thing I really need to do is come over here to my little fluid thing, see if I have some, I believe this takes Dextron 3, like just ATF, automatic transmission fluid. So as long as I have some of that over here, we should be able to fill this thing up. Oh, look at that. No, I'm working on it. Yeah, I'm going to see if I have power steering fluids, and then see if we can do a little bit of a test on it, and other than that, that's probably going to be it. Alright guys, that is going to be it for tonight. I will come back here tomorrow, add some power steering fluid to the system, or ATF, which is Dextron 3 that it calls for. So I'll be back tomorrow and we'll test this thing out. Maybe then tomorrow I might be able to get on the phone a little bit more with Zach and play with that stuff. But stoked to get the power steering in here. I thought it was pretty cool to drive that basically a 3-liter Powerstroke today. Yeah, it's late. I'm going to try to get home, get a little bit of sleep, and hopefully wake up, edit this video, and get you guys something to watch tomorrow. So hopefully you guys have a good day.